Almost everyone has gone through a drawing phase at one point in their life. These are usually made with a lot of excuses for why they can't. Things like, I'm not born with it, I don't have time, or I don't even know where to start. And this got me thinking, how long would it take for an absolute beginner to learn how to draw? So I adopted Logan Jungo here. He's a League of Legends content creator who has absolutely zero drawing experience outside of a few stick figures in middle school. He will be our test subject to see just how much an absolute beginner can learn in 30 days. Now I'll be honest with y'all. Although I'm a great student of art with a decent amount of experience in drawing and making illustrations, I've never been the teacher for this sort of thing. But hey, how hard could it be, right? My plan for the first couple days was pretty straightforward. Logan is essentially an infant in this stage, so naturally he needs to get his baby steps in. I had him draw some simple shapes for the first 3 days just so he could even learn how to hold a pen in the first place. So circles, squares, all that good stuff. Another thing we aimed for was to do 10 minutes every day. I mostly suggested this number so that there wasn't a lot of pressure. Because remember boys, it's a lot easier to learn something if you're having fun and it doesn't feel like a chore. For day 1, I told Logan he should pick a random image off of Pinterest to try and draw, mostly so he could easily compare his art at the end of this challenge. We decided to go with this picture, cause it looks cute and is fairly simple. And this is how it turned out on day 1. Literally twins. Day 2, still working on baby steps. Logan drew squares and tried drawing some cubes. Now at this point, I've offered Logan almost no guidance in how we should approach things, and naturally he was struggling quite a bit. He tried drawing cubes from different angles as well as getting some shading done, but you can see in his face, the entire process was a bit confusing now. Which is fine, cause remember, the main point of this exercise was to get Logan comfortable with holding a pen. To put it in video game terms, it's like transitioning from using controller all your life to getting on mouse and key. If you can barely move with WASD, you'll never be able to hit those 360 no-scope clips that will make your mama proud. Baby girl. You gotta learn how to right-click and leave before you can get a pentakill with your overpowered brain-dead jump. You gotta learn how to date your sister before you can find your wife in the underground basement of a serial killer. Wait, what was I getting at again? Oh yeah, basics are important, so don't ignore them. For day 3, I decided to join Logan in a call, just in case I could offer any tips on the spot that could make his life easier. I'm pretty sure this is also when I realized he hadn't properly set up his pen pressure settings, so I helped him out with that as well. Logan was mostly interested in drawing in the anime art style, so I decided now would be a good time to practice drawing anime eyes. I also taught him how to use guidelines to make drawing the rest of the eye easier. We came to learn that as a beginner, making guidelines out of simple shapes is a god tier strat for learning how to draw something new. Now remember how this was supposed to be a 10-minute drawing session? Well, I may have gotten carried away and turned it into a 1-hour drawing session. But that's okay, cause I'm sure this will be a one-time thing and we definitely won't let this spiral out of control. Day 4. Now, although I wanted to join Logan on a call for day 4, around this time my country experienced a nationwide internet blackout. So while I was out playing manly games like Power World, Stardew Valley, and My Dystopian Robot Girlfriend, Logan was drawing cylinders. He also tried drawing eyes from imagination using the same principles and guidelines we used previously. Day something. I don't know what happened, but we kinda started skipping days due to IRL stuff, and I still didn't have the internet, so I had no idea what was happening. But Logan decided to do some of his own research and stumbled into a Mikey Mega tutorial on how to draw heads. Now, although he followed along with the tutorial and the guidelines Mikey was putting down, he never really understood their purpose for being there. This led to him doing things for the sake of doing them while being confused the entire time as to why he was doing them. At this point, even Logan had started extending his drawing time because he genuinely wanted to figure out how to draw this head thing. Also, he drew some nice lips. Nice. I wanted to help Logan understand how to draw the head, so I browsed Pinterest and YouTube looking for tips that might make it easier to explain to a beginner. His circles were also getting a lot better at this point. We went through some basic construction shapes and lines which would help us in placing our facial features. This took us about 30 to 40 minutes. After which we both got distracted and started watching the speed paint of the Battle Academia Briar splash art. You're gonna notice a theme that the more days Logan spent drawing, the more time he started to commit to drawing each day. I think this is because for one, drawing stopped being a chore and over time became more of a hang out with the boys type activity. Another reason is probably because he was drawing something he was actually interested in, which in this case is anime characters. Oh yeah, Logan also decided he wanted to just freeball draw a head of his own using the construction lines and shapes we just went over. And I think I ended up having a bit of a teacher's orgasm. Yeah!
That's good shit right there.
Oh my god! Together he's doing it! Oh my god! Bro, I'm having a teacher's orgasm right now because you're actually just doing. In just 8 days, my boy had gone from not even knowing how to hold a pen or draw a circle to actually making a recognizable head shape. This goes to show just how OP construction lines can be for a beginner. If you're starting to learn how to draw for the first time, I implore you to take advantage of this. On day 11, Logan tried adding facial features to the head he previously drew. This is when Logan quickly learned that drawing a face from the direct front is extremely punishing. To be honest, if you try this, just use the symmetry ruler, which we also ended up doing later. Around this time, I was practicing how to draw a mouse in my free time, so I had Logan give a try at it as well. I think this was also around the time Logan started to understand how to use the pen pressure sensitivity for his lines. This was also the point where he had already gotten used to holding a pen, so now I was trying to get him to actually draw things towards our end goal.
Welcome to day whatever.
The next few days, Logan wanted to give drawing heads from different angles a try. We grabbed some references off of Pinterest and decided to try drawing the construction lines on top of the refs, to give Logan a better idea on how he would draw them with his free hand. Also, I kept calling him out every time he drew on the wrong layer just to tickle his nerves. Yeah, at this point we had moved from drawing for 10 minutes a day to 1 hour every day, and the only reason I didn't stop is because Logan was enjoying the process.
We're on to day something.
Logan continued practicing drawing heads from different angles. Nothing super different from our last practice. The process Logan used was fairly simple. Logan traces the construction lines onto the reference and then he redraws those same construction lines separate from the reference. Again, I can't express how helpful these lines were for Logan, because now he can properly measure things like how high the eyes would be or how far the head should be tilted. What day are we on again?
We're on to day something.
Ah, yes. After that, we basically did the same thing, but instead of drawing the head facing left, Logan would be drawing the head facing right. This is also the day Logan realized he really struggles with drawing heads from above. Which is funny because most people struggle drawing heads from below. Without making this video too repetitive, we ended up practicing heads for the next few days. Something that really helped, I think, is when Logan wanted help or critique, I would draw some red lines in the areas that I felt needed correcting. Because sometimes it's easier for me to show someone what to fix rather than explain it with words. Ah yes, day 21. So far, we had only been drawing the head without adding any facial features to it. But with our days running low, we had to start stepping on the gas a bit. Logan's next objective was to draw a completed head with hair, eyes, and all that. He got the eyes in, and he even kind of figured out how to shade them on his own. What he really struggled with was the hair, which, to be honest, I expected. If you've ever tried drawing hair for the first time, it can be an absolute hassle to learn due to all the details it can have. I advised Logan he should focus more on the overall shape of the hair rather than focus too hard on the specific details. After pushing for 2 hours, we were able to get this done. Now it's not perfect and definitely could use some polish, but if we compare this to what Logan did on day 1, this is actually pretty insane progress to me. I don't know about you guys, but I for one was a very proud teacher when he drew this. Okay, hold up, ADHD moment. Here's a video of a cat with a really deep voice.
Whoa. Whoa.
This is Jack.
Whoa. Whoa.
His voice is a little deeper than most cats.
I just thought you guys would like to see that. Day 24. Whoa, Rover, what happened to day 22 and day 23? I'm listening to you, little Day 24, more heads and more of Logan having a hard time with hair. We would often just talk about regular stuff while drawing to make things not too boring, which, not gonna lie, helped a lot more than we realized at the time. This is one of the few good things that come with stuff like art school. Trying to learn a skill with people who are also interested in the same thing that you're trying to learn makes the process a lot more tolerable and enjoyable, especially if, you know, they're your friends. Day 25. Logan drew this. This was supposed to be him, I think, and naturally he didn't even save it and tried to erase it from existence, but I'm here, so I'm gonna show it. He tried following along with the Lion's History tutorial on how to draw heads, and was really struggling with that front-facing view. I drew some red lines over his drawing to help him out, and then this happened.
Alright, I sketched over yours on the same layer. Did well, from what I can see.
On my screen, you sketched besides mine, not on mine.
Yeah, I did, beside yours, but on the same layer. Yeah.
You're kind of interesting. Like,
Just
why
cooking.
did you just
I'm
like
fucking
put
cooking.
draw it actually on the? You drew it inside of the.
Yeah, don't care.
What is?
Yeah, I was feeling it.
Bro's on the same layer. He's not even drawing it besides. He's drawing it halfway in.
I'm fucking cooking. I'm cooking right now. I'm in the kitchen. This is a prime example when I tell people, you know, like even just me learning League or learning like Briar or whatever, I learn shit my way weird. It never that's why when people are like, "Yo, what'd you do?" I'm like, I don't know how to tell you how to learn something. I don't learn things well. I just do what the fuck I feel like, and then you do it enough times.
Bro, drawing it on the same layer halfway through is killing me.
Yeah, do what the fuck I do. They don't know about me, man.
Yeah, I don't know what bro was cooking that day. I may have forgotten to mention this earlier, but though our goal was to see if Logan could draw in 30 days, our main goal was to help him draw Briar in 30 days, since it's his favorite champ and something he'd be interested in. Now I knew teaching him how to draw a full-body Briar would be unrealistic, or at least incredibly hard for a 30-day challenge. So I've mostly been trying to prep him to at least draw a portrait by the end of things. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a lot of good Briar references on Pinterest. We found this one that looked pretty cute, and Logan decided he wanted to give it a try. This art was heavily stylized, and I was worried that it would make it harder for Logan, since the more stylized a picture is, the more it tends to break from the construction line rules that he's grown accustomed to. In the end, he was able to draw this, and he seemed pretty proud of it, which is always a plus. Day 26. Logan asked if I could draw a Briar reference for him to try and redraw, so I sketched this. I didn't want to make it too complex, but also didn't want it to be too simple. So I opted to just make it black and white while also making the hair and certain areas fairly detailed. For this, I really tried to hold myself back from offering him any help. Mostly because at this point, I didn't want him to depend too much on my tips, but also because I had faith he could pull it off on his own. And oh my god, was I right. Look at this masterpiece! Now, again, it's not perfect, but compared to day one, this is actually pretty good. Mind you, Logan got to this point while skipping a lot of days, so technically this didn't even take 30 dedicated days to do. Looking back, getting to this level took him roughly about 16 dedicated days. So imagine what would have happened if he'd locked in for all those 30 days. Day 29. At this point, we had kind of accomplished our goal for the challenge, but we still had 2 days left. When we started this challenge, Logan mentioned that if there was something he'd like to draw, it would be characters from a show called Smiling Friends. Rest in peace. So I said screw it, give it a shot. And this is how it turned out. Not gonna lie, I knew he'd have no problem drawing this as long as he had a reference, because at this point Logan's hand-to-eye coordination was decent enough to where drawing characters from Smiling Friends was no issue at all. I mean, look at these characters. By the way, if I sound funny around this point of the video, it's because I literally just got my tooth extracted. So yeah, my mouth is not feeling right, and saying words feels a little bit of... It feels like it takes more effort to do than usual. For the final day, we didn't really know what to do, so Logan tried adding color to his Briar drawing. I tried helping him get some simple rendering in as well. All things considered, Logan made a lot of progress and hit my expectations perfectly for this challenge. Now, is he a master? No, obviously not. He still has a long way to go, as do all of us. But going from this to this in 30 days, and even being able to draw the thing he wanted to draw in the first place, proves that you don't need talent to become an artist. It just takes practice, dedication, and maybe a little bit of help. This would be the part where I tell you guys to join my Discord, where I have an awesome community of artists all trying to learn and help each other. But we're not there yet. But I do recommend joining some artist communities, whether it's on Discord or other platforms, and making some friends whom you can grow with. I know for sure I did the same thing, and some of those artists I met are still friends with me to this day. Also remember that although I gave Logan some critiques and advice, I didn't move the pen for him, and I didn't grab him at gunpoint to get on to draw with the boys. He had to put in the time and effort to learn, and honestly, there were times where he was clearly struggling and frustrated, but you gotta get through those times if you want to learn any skill, not just art. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like and a comment below, as well as check out Logan's channel to see his perspective on what it was like to learn drawing with no experience. If enough of you guys like this video, we'll push the challenge to 60 days and see how much Logan can learn in that time frame. Or who knows, maybe I'll get another one of my friends to join in on this experiment. With that said, thanks for watching and I'll see you all soon.